From a SANDAG perspective, I have always thought my mayor was the person that should represent my city on that particular board. Whether it's agreed on or not, I feel like even just recently, the majority of our city, all 4 districts, elected John Franklin to be the voice of our city and the mayor of our city. You are our mayor, you were elected by the majority, and you should be representing us up there. That's my feeling.
I would like to serve on SANDAG. I think that there's a lot of assets that I would bring to that position. When it comes to a balanced approach, I think I wouldn't include widening the 78 in that balanced approach.
I would just offer, I don't know if there's any room for persuasion or not, but I would offer, I don't know who on this council has depended on public transportation for multiple years of their life and career, but I have. I rode 2 buses and a train every day for multiple years. But the road user charge is still a part of the 2021 regional plan. The board has directed, the Board of SANDAG has now directed for the 3rd time to ask staff to remove it, but yet it remains a part of the plan. And I am deeply concerned about a 5-cent per mile charge and what that would mean to the poorest members of our community and the additional cost that it would place on them as they commute. So I will not apologize for one moment for the fact that I have been a vocal critic of the road user charge, and that I will continue to be a vocal critic of the road user charge until such time as it is eliminated from consideration.
Right, to have both a gas tax and a road use charge. And one gets us further in accomplishing our climate goals and reducing greenhouse gases. And I believe that that would be the road use charge. My perspective is that we need to start to be leaders and visionaries and move away from the single occupancy vehicle as our primary mode of transportation. And me saying I don't believe in the widening of roads and that I'm for public transit might be blanket statements, but they represent a larger vision.
And I will just say, I will commit that anything that this council wants to approve as a resolution, whether I voted for it or against it, I will take it to the SANDAG Board of Directors and I will present the point of view of the majority of this council. So even if it's not my point of view, whatever it is, if there's something that you support, even if I don't, if you pass a resolution, I will take that resolution to SANDAG and I will present the views of the majority of this council. So that is a commitment that I would make to you. Councilmember Contreras.
Yeah, I just see a huge impasse here on SANDAG. I mean,
I cannot have any role in appointing somebody to SANDAG that will not vocally oppose the road user charge, because that is a punitive tax, that's a regressive tax that will meaningfully harm the low-income working families. I'll remind you, the city of Vista has an average median income 75% below the county average. We're not a wealthy city. The people we represent are not rich. They need us to fight for them and their pocketbooks. They need to be able to get home to their families safer and faster. They want more time with their families. That's what they want. And, as somebody who spent 3 years riding 2 buses and a train every day, the number one thing I wanted was to have access to my own automobile because it represented independence. And perhaps you believe that your voters don't want the freedom and independence of an automobile, that they're willing to sacrifice that for what you feel is a higher good. I respect that you come to that point of view earnestly and that you genuinely believe that. I simply disagree. Let us endeavor to say the things that we believe in here and not to attack one another as being poor representatives. because we genuinely believe something different in our heart of hearts. I am thinking about the single mother, and I know that the mother who's working one job or 1.5 or 2 jobs, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe she wants to be home with her babies at the end of her shift. I don't think she wants to wait 30 minutes to catch a bus so that she can get to the transfer point, transfer to another bus, and then get a train where then maybe she has to walk a mile when she gets off the train. That's not my vision for the working people of the city of Vista. It will never be my vision for the working people of the city of Vista. We can't come to agreement, but that's okay. Listen, last offer here, if you want to send Councilman Green to SANDAG to be our primary, no alternates, I'll give that to you right now. I'm a decent guy. I'm willing to do a compromise. I didn't come here ready to thinking about doing that, but you know what? I'm trying. I brought you a slate of appointments here that I think was as generous as I could possibly figure out how to be. So I'm trying. That's the offer I would make if there's interest in it.
I don't feel super confident in the idea of Councilmember Green representing, especially since he's expressing like a lack of will to do so. Like, obviously, I'm very passionate about this. Obviously, Mayor Franklin is very passionate about this. Councilmember Green doesn't seem very passionate about it, and it seems like I can only imagine that he wanted you to represent, but he's just basically going in your proxy, right?